The Burt Show.
All right, are you guys ready for a non-update update? Are you ready for a segment about nothing? Are you ready?
Always.
This is going to be the very last time I talk about this unless I stumble. But I keep getting DMs and I keep getting messages and emails from you guys that have been wanting to know how I'm doing on this quote-unquote journey. I don't know why that's such a cheesy word to me now. I think it's so overused. My journey with my relationship with alcohol, right? I told you guys some months ago that I've really been reevaluating. I told you guys that I've been a binge drinker my entire life. I started reading this book that's been really, really helpful called This Naked Mind, and it really diffused every excuse I've ever given to myself about drinking or why I didn't want to go 30 straight days without drinking. And I decided, right there and then, with the help of a whole bunch of different dudes in this group that all seems to be going to the same process that I'm going through. It's a guys group that I meet with every month. That I was just going to really reevaluate and try to not quit and go cold turkey, but really reevaluate why I'm drinking. I also did a lot of thinking and realized that I think about having a drink every single day. And that was probably the most alarming thing for me. I'm not saying I did it. I'm not saying I drank every day, but just the thought of it kind of scared me. So I decided to read this book and really reevaluate. And you guys have been, I think there's some of you since the pandemic started that have started to struggle a little bit more with your relationship with alcohol also. So you've kind of been going through this process either with me or just checking on me to see if it's okay. And if so, then maybe you'll take the same journey. And I feel you, because I feel like I started drinking a little bit more at home during the pandemic. And Mo, you and I talked about this just out of boredom more than anything else, right?
Yeah, I definitely experienced that. In the beginning of the pandemic, especially, it was like just kind of nothing else to do, really, kind of just trying to pass the time. And before you know it, I was having a drink by myself for no reason at all. Couldn't really explain it, but it was there.
Yeah, and I told you guys that, man, I was having like one drink at the end of the day that was really relaxing, right? And I started looking forward to it and realized, man, thank God the end of the day is here. I can have that drink. And it was like 1 PM. So, and then one drink became 2 drinks sometimes. So I just reevaluated, and I'll tell you what, through the course of the last couple of months, I really truly can sit here and say with 100% confidence that this struggle, this challenge is over for me. The desire is not there. When I am having a drink now, before, it would just be like me wanting to put my foot on the accelerator rather than having one drink. I'd want to have 3 drinks and keep the party going. And I just think the timing was right now for me, and it's just not there anymore. It's not a challenge. It's like over. It's like behind me. So there's not going to be any more updates on it. And for those of you that have been looking for a little advice on how you can do this, I think I realize now that every other time that I looked at this challenge, I was never serious about it. Like, I just wasn't ready. So when I said to myself I would quit for 30 days, and I did quit for 30 days, I kind of knew that I would be drinking again after that 30 days, and it would be pretty standard stuff. And for whatever reason, now the timing was right. And that's the only difference. The taste of alcohol, which I've never really been a huge fan of, to be honest with you. I think I told you guys that I drank more for the buzz than I did the alcohol. Problem in itself. But I'm not enjoying the buzz as much anymore. That buzzy feeling, that sort of out of control, loosey feeling that I used to love so much and couldn't get enough of, is just gone for some reason now, that I don't like it. Like, now I'll start to feel that buzz and I'll back off. Whereas before, I used to go in. And the only advice I can give you guys, if you're asking, is what's the difference now is, man, I wish there was some magic advice I could give you. I just think the timing was right for me, and it's taken this long. Does this make any sense to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, they say, like, you don't change until you want to, and that's why, like, people have interventions around someone, and they're like, I don't understand. They see their whole family asking them to change, and they don't want to. You wanted to. You wanted to make a change, and you did, and it takes, 30 days to create a habit or uncreate a habit in this, like, situation, but you should be very proud of yourself. It's awesome.
thank you. It doesn't feel like something I'm really proud of myself because I just feel like this is the very first time in my life that I think I realize I understand what that cliche is, that you really have to want to. The timing just has to be right. And that's it. Cassie?
Yeah, it's like a switch. I used to drink way more than I should, and I wasn't able to stop. It's like once it got going and it felt good, but I wasn't like craving it every day. And then one day I was like, this is just too much. It's impacting things. Like I don't like how I feel on it. I don't feel good. And it flipped a switch, and now it's not interesting to me at all. I can have a couple glasses of wine. Some days I want to drink, and I'll have like a glass of wine, and I'm like, cool, that's it. It's weird. It's like for me, once I made that decision, a switch flipped inside and my body stopped like wanting it. Like you was talking about leaning into the buzz, and now when you feel it, you lean back. Like that, I feel that. Like I know that feeling. The buzz is coming, and I'm like, I don't like it. It's not good. Back off.
So I think part of the reason why I'm doing this morning is just to say, like, this is a little bit like when you get a divorce or you break up with somebody and you're totally over it, and people keep bringing up the girl or the boy, the guy from your past, and you're like, it's such a non-factor now for me that I don't really want to spend any time on it, any energy at all on it. So that's how I really know it's over. So that's my non-update, and that will be the last time that I talk about it, okay? Because it is over for me. Cool?
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, The Burt Show.